$75 every single year. That's how much money I save by taking care of blowing out my sprinkler lines on my own. That adds up pretty quick. I want to show you how I do it, what tools you need to do it, and how you can do it yourself with a couple of different variables along the way, which I'll explain as we go. But with that, let's get started. Now I should clarify that $75 a year that I'm saving by doing this is what's typically charged in my area. Your area might be a little different, might be a little less, might be a little more. I think the average from what I've gathered in talking to friends and other people around, that $50 is probably a good starting point. So even taking $50 a year, that adds up, and based on the supplies that you need to do this yourself, it will pay for itself pretty quickly, within a couple years or so, depending on what you get. So let me show you what I have. Let me show you the way that my sprinklers are set up and what it takes to actually clear the lines out as much as possible. Now, in case you don't know, or you live in an area where you don't need to do this, the reason we do this up in the northern area, the cool season area where the ground freezes and we get snow and things like that, it gets cold enough. If you don't clear out your sprinkler lines, or if your lines don't have drains built into them to clear out those lines when they're not in use, then you are at a potential risk of breaking pipes later on in the spring. You turn everything back on, you've got broken pipes, you've got leaks, things like that. Now, a lot of people think that the broken pipes come from the expansion of the frozen water inside the pipe. That's true, but it's true to only a certain extent. It's not the ice that's expanding that causes the pipes to crack. It's the pressure that the ice creates downstream that is what the pipes can't handle. And there's a cool video done by This Old House, I'll link it below, that kind of explains that a little bit further. I didn't know that until yesterday, and I thought it was really interesting. Now, of course, the first thing you're going to need in order to accomplish this task is an air compressor. I do have an upgraded air compressor this year. I got rid of the 6-gallon donut compressor, which does work for this and is only about $100 at the local hardware store. I upgraded it to a 27-gallon tank, and I did that so that I could work on other projects in the garage and have a little more air that'll go a little bit longer. But you can get away with a little 6-gallon donut compressor for this, and I've shown that in videos before. So first thing to get, air compressor. The next thing that you need is a way to connect your air compressor to the sprinkler lines. Now I'm going to take you out to my valve box and show you what's going on over there. But essentially there's a filter that's connected to my main supply line, and it has a 3/4 male fitting on top, which is what this will connect to here, allowing me to connect the air compressor hose to that line and blow the air into that line. Now this is a new piece I'm adding. This is going to go on the air compressor itself. That way I don't have to crank the regulator to let the air into the line. It'll just be done with a simple ball valve here. So this will connect to the compressor, and then this will connect to the line that will feed the sprinkler line. So once you have the compressor connected to the main line, all you need to do is manually run each zone and then release the air from the compressor into the main line, and it will bring up the heads in each zone, spray the water out, and then once it seems like there's nothing coming out of the sprinkler heads, no water coming out, it's just kind of misting or just kind of barely spraying anything, then you're good to move on to the next zone and repeat the process for every zone. Just manually run each zone, let the air into the line. Of course, you're going to have to let the tank in your air compressor refill before each time you do your zone. So that's really all there is to it. It's really super easy. It's just a matter of figuring out where the main line is accessible for you, connecting your compressor to it, and then taking the time to just put air into each zone. Just make sure that you shut off the main supply before you start, and that you don't release all of the air right into the line. Just kind of gradually and slowly let the air into the line, that way you don't damage anything along the way. So that's something that I make sure to do every year to avoid problems in the future, and I make sure that I keep part of that main line open throughout the winter season. That way any pressure can be relieved and we don't have any issues in the future. So I hope that's helpful for you. If you have a setup similar to mine and you have questions, please let me know down in the comments. I'm happy to help answer. If you don't have a system like mine, I'm not sure how much help I'll be able to be for you, but maybe someone else who does can chime in the comments and help you out there too, and we can have a good, helpful resource for each other to get this figured out. That's gonna go ahead and wrap it up for me. It's getting cold. We're gonna be freezing tonight, and we have freezing temperatures coming in the future as well. Not excited for winter. Looking forward to next spring already. Can't wait. So that's gonna do it for me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.